What's up, everybody? I am Luke from the Master Sword Valley, and welcome back to some more Doki Blue Skies. But before we get into this, I want to show that I've managed to get myself one of these cool gaming chairs. Actually, this is actually one of the cheapest that I've just found on Amazon for like 130. Most of them are like 170 or almost 200 bucks for these kinds of chairs, not including the ones with speakers. I wanted to go for that one, but I was just like dirt poor basically, so I can only go with this one. And so I might switch between standing to play games and sitting to play games, so just so you know about that. But let's get in the game. That's right, we're in the park, and so here we are. Oh, I love this place. Haven't been here in so long. I haven't been to this game in so long. Yeah, me neither. We take a seat on the wooden bench, which affords us a lovely view of the park around us. Children are playing all sorts of ball games as their parents chat amicably. Okay. Dogs are running around as their owners laugh and chase them. I smile. Here with Sayori, I truly feel like I'm home. I'm at home. I figured it'd do the both of us good to take a trip down memory lane, eh? Especially after that fiasco of the festival and everything. Yeah. From the change in her tone and expression, the festival still looks like it's bothering her. I can't blame her. All the club members are feeling it. I was hoping by now things would go back to how they used to. Yeah, that. I mean, yeah, the festival was a bit of a failure, but the club is still a nice little place for us five, right? Sayori looks ahead, idly poking at a twig with her feet. Yeah, it is. I just really wish people weren't so mean. We all practice super hard, too. All that for nothing. Hey, come on, Sayori. It's not like you to be so depressing. We shouldn't dwell We shouldn't dwell too much on that anyway. What's done is done, right? Besides, I want today to be a good day. She blinks as a slightly shameful look crosses her features. Yeah, you're right, Alex, sorry. Nah, don't apologize. After all, it was me who brought it up, so I can't really talk. Anyway, I brought you here because I know this place means a lot to you. I was worried you might be upset, so I was hoping this could cheer you up. Aw, Alex, you didn't have to do that. Well, I did anyway. Well, but most importantly, I just needed an excuse to get out of the house. She pokes me in the ribs as I laugh. Besides, spending time with you on Sunday made me realize that we have a lot to catch up on. She giggles. I guess both of us don't know where to start. It's almost like we just met and don't know what to say to each other. In a strange way, I guess that is the case to some extent. I guess I'll start. You know, I've always been curious to why you joined the literature club. I didn't really think poetry was a thing. She leans forward, resting her chin on her knees. Well, Monica and I are actually in the same class. She's the one who told me about it. In a way, I guess I was kind of like you. Like me? Yeah, I didn't really think much of poetry. It's not like I didn't like it, I just didn't think too much about it. But as I joined and Monica told me more and more about literature, about what poetry can be really nice, a nice way to express yourself, I loved it. Anyone can write poetry, and that's what I really like. It doesn't matter who you are, what your interests are, or how good you are. There's something for everyone. Interesting. Yuri, Monica, and Sayori all appreciate poetry for different reasons. I get the sense that Yuri likes poetry and it gives her an opportunity to express deep, complex stuff. Just stuff. Monica seems to be on a similar wavelength to Yuri, but I think she prefers abstract stuff more. Then again, I guess Yuri also uses a lot of abstract themes in her poems. Who knows? I'm still an amateur. Sayori notices my chuckle. What's up? Nothing. I was just thinking about how everyone in the club seems to appreciate different things in poetry. What else? Sayori has a faraway look in her eyes as she asks the next question. My mic was jittering. But I remember, we used to think alike in so many ways. Like, when we used to look at clouds, we see a lot of similar things in the sky. So I wonder, do we still do that? I grin. I had totally forgotten how much we used to enjoy cloud watching back in the day. Wait, what? I can save a screenshot? Every time I remember something more from our childhoods, it brings a smile to my face. Clouds watching perfectly captured that innocent, carefree essence of nostalgia. I had totally forgotten about that. We really let our imaginations run wild, didn't we? And the best thing is, it worked. That's what matters. Yeah, clouds are so cool like that. What about that one? Whoa. She takes my outstretched finger and points it to a specific spot. Aha! Yeah, I can see that one now. This one looks like a fish. Aw, it's so small. Look at that one. It kind of looks like a little frog. This is what I love about clouds. They're so, what's the word? Cloudy? Ow! You really like poking me in the ribs, don't you? I was trying to think of the right word. I think I heard Yuri say it once. Versatile? Yeah, I think that means something is What? I forgot. Well, it sounds like it fits. Yeah, I'd say that's about right. Pretty cool how different people see different things when looking at the exact same one. I wonder what the other girls would see. Fluffy kittens for Natsuki and something spooky for Yuri. You really know them well, huh? What do you think Monica would see? A piano? That's a good point. I mean, you can interpret a cloud whatever you want, right? I'm just thinking of stuff that reminds me of her. Well, I'm happy that we still cloud gaze the same way. Yeah, that makes two of us. Back here. I was kind of worried that maybe we, I don't know, drifted apart too far apart. So much so that we totally different people. But that doesn't look to be the case. Yeah! By the way, Alex, I've been meaning to ask you, how are you doing in school? Geez, Sayori, that's kind of boring question, don't you think? Don't try to worm out of this one, mister. I still worry about you, you know. I just want to know if you're doing fine, that's all. There's nothing to worry about. I'm doing fine. You sound a bit like Mom. You can't tell if that's a compliment or an insult. A mystery we'll take to our graves, eh? Her subsequent pout makes me chuckle. If I got you a popsicle, would that make you less pouty with me? You think you can change my mood with food, huh? Depends on the flavor. Mental note to self. If Sayori is ever actually annoyed with me, just get her something sweet. Who knows when that information will come in handy later. Note to self. The more I think about it, perhaps I was wrong to worry we changed so much. After all, I'm pretty sure we're still the same person. 6 or so years isn't that much time, I guess. One thing that hasn't changed is how much she loves to explore and how much her imagination accommodates that. Forests were just forests. They were part of a magical land inhabited by an array of mythical creatures. Beaches weren't just sand and sea. They were a tropical paradise, home to countless happy childhood memories. I would love to go to a beach someday. I live in Colorado, and it's always snow and mountains. Searching for crabs, aimlessly splashing in the sea, checking out hidden caves. Sarah could even transform our homes into something that they weren't. We used to jump from sofa to sofa, chair to chair, pretending that the floor was lava. The game never gets got old, and I'm pretty sure every kid on the planet has played it too. I don't recall if I did. You know something, Sayori? She's slightly ahead of me, ducking under a tree branch. We're now in the forest part of the park. I had a sudden realization as to why your poems are so good. They're not that good. No, seriously. Your imagination has always been super strong. All those games we used to play as children, you were always part of your own little world. And it shows in your poems. I'm glad you picked up on it. Writing poems is half the fun, and the other half is showing them to people. Especially when they like what you've written. What's your thought process while you write your poems? Like, how do you write them? I just go with my heart. I guess it's kind of tricky to explain. I just think it just depends on my mood. Like, when I wrote Dear Sunshine, I was in a pretty good mood. More like you were just hungry, given you wrote it while you were eating breakfast. I was in a good mood because I was eating breakfast. Gotta think about this kind of stuff. Anyway, so with bottles, well, I guess I was thinking about how much I want people to be happy. So that's the answer to your question. It just depends on my mood and what I happen to be thinking about. I wonder how the others do it. Yeah, me too, actually. Would be kind of interesting to see how all approach poetry. Although I think I wouldn't be able to understand how someone like Yuri does it. Her poetry is still goes over my head. Good to know I'm not the only one. Although, what about your fairy tale poem? Well, was that your thought process behind that one? Oh, that one? There's an immediate shift in atmosphere. There wasn't really one. I just felt like writing it, I guess. But you said you write your poems based on what you're thinking of or feeling at the time, right? What about you, Alex? How did you write your poems? I should have known she would still be a little cagey about this one. Thinking back to her behavior on that Friday, I guess is to be expected. Just what is it about that poem and her behavior that bothers me so much? Is because it shows a side to Sayori that totally is new to me, one that I'm not used to, or because I know there's still something she isn't telling me? Alex? Huh? Oh, sorry, I was spacing out a little bit. Well, I guess I'm similar to you, I suppose. I just picked a bunch of words that best describe what I'm thinking about and then write a poem based on those. To be honest, I'm not really experienced enough to give you a proper answer. I mean, to be fair, when we write our own poems, that's basically what we do. We choose words. But we choose words based on what each club member would think, except Monica. I kind of make it up on the spot. But it works so far, so I'm not complaining. Sayori pauses, looking around at the copse surrounding us. She walks up to a large tree and plants herself down in front of it. I follow suit, resting my back against the sturdy trunk, admiring the soft rays as they penetrate the branches. What you said reminds me of something Monica once told me. Something about if you don't have confidence, just fake it until people believe you do. She turns to face me, a thoughtful expression on her face. Sometimes I wonder if she really is confident or is all just a show. I get the feeling that sometimes you can never tell with people. I blink. I was remarkably insightful for Sayori. A reflective mood seems to have fallen upon her. No idea, to be honest. She seems pretty genuine. I mean, she was like this when I first met her as well, so that would be an awful long time to wear that mask. I wouldn't have expected that sort of question from you, though. Why'd you ask? She smiles mischievously. Sometimes it's nice to surprise people. What do you mean? Well, let me ask you, Alex. If you had to describe me in a few words, which words would you choose? Bubbly, and lighthearted, and adventurous. That's it. I've always seen you as quite kind, you know, given how you are always concerned with how happy other people are. I guess your most definitive trait is your happiness. Like, you always seem so cheerful, at ease with the world. I kind of wish I could be like that sometimes. Although, from what I've sort of picked up on, just like everyone else, you still feel down from time to time. I know that, right? She looks on ahead, a faraway look on her face. It's not exactly sad, but there is a certain air of, what, wonder? Nostalgia? See, that's what I mean. Everyone picks up on these things you mentioned, but they'd find me asking this question a bit. Unlike me, if you get what I'm saying. I guess it's because of how I act in the literature club. Aside from with my poetry, I never really talk about deeper things, or things that aren't just aimlessly happy. I guess I don't want to bother people with that sort of stuff. Bother them? Why would it bother them? Yeah, like, why would you say that? Well, maybe that isn't the right word. Sorry, I never really been that good at expressing myself in person. It's much that easier to do that in a poem. It's okay. I've never really been too good at that either. A lot of time, I like to think about the past and how things used to be. I told Natsuki about this. She giggles softly. Natsuki thinks I live in the past, but I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Do you? Nah, if you're happy, what's the issue? It's only natural for that you'd want to think about the good times that brought a smile to your face, right? When we started talking again, I used to look back on all our shared memories from all those years ago. From when we first met and bonded over ice cream, to me winning Mr. Cow for you, to helping you with homework. I remember our parents used to say that we were pretty much inseparable. Everyone has their happy thoughts, which keeps them going, right? Stored away in bottles, eh? Of course! She sighs contently. Sorry, I didn't mean to bore you or anything. Bore me? Really, Sayori, you sounded a bit like Yuri. I haven't seen this side of you before, and I really like it. As much as I enjoy our playful banter, this made for a really nice change of pace. Besides, I always like talking to you. Thank you, Alex. I worry about, well, Sayori, please... Sorry, people are always going to enjoy you being your friend, even if you're not super chipper all the time. It's okay to be, seriously, just be honest. Don't hide anything. I'll be here. Don't you worry. I reach over and squeeze her hand, smiling reassuredly. And Sarah noticeably fidgets, looking rather uneasy about something. What's wrong? Actually, there is something I could tell you. I don't know if it's a good idea, though. My heart starts to race as a million questions start whizzing around my head. Is it about Fairy Tale, her behavior on Friday, some other secret that's coming out right out of the blue? You know what? Save. Or perhaps something else entirely. Sayori? The truth is, if disappointment ever had a sound, it would be like a ringing phone. With a groan, I fumble in my pocket, glaring at the offending object as if no one is responsible for ruining such a moment. It's my mother. I haven't spoken to her in a long time. In fact, the last time we spoke was before I joined the literature club. I'm really sorry, sir. I'm gonna have to take this. A strange smile on her face. She shakes her head. No, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Hi, Mom. Haven't spoken to you in a while. Hope you've been good. Alex, sorry it's been so long. Work has been so hectic over the past few weeks. That's my mom? And there I was thinking you'd forgotten about me. Don't be silly. I always worry about you. I know, Mom. It was just a joke. You and your sarcasm. You must have got that from your father. How you been anyway? Are you eating well, exercising daily, drinking lots of water? Whoa, slow down. I've been doing just fine. I'm actually joined a club. Oh, wow, that's wonderful. What kind of club is it? Literature, funnily enough. Poems and stuff. Sayori told me about it, and she's the vice president. I hope you stick with it. Yeah, I don't think the girls would forgive me if I left. Girls, you said? Uh-oh. Anyway, now's not really a great time as I'm just chilling with Sayori. You know, at the park you used to always take us to. Oh, you're Sayori. How's she doing? We're having the catch-up session, actually. She's not changed that much. Anyway, can I call you back later? Kind of cutting her off right now. Of course. I have the evening off, so we can tuck then, okay? Sure thing. Before I go, you are remembering to eat, right? I roll my eyes before realizing she can't see that. Yes, Mom, of course, I'm remembering to eat. What am I, going on a fast or something? Or do you think I'm 5? I can see Sayori giggling out of the corner of my eye. If I were you, I'd be more concerned about Sayori. Lazy girl can't even get out of bed. I grinned to see your laugh turn to a childish frown. Oh, stop teasing her, Alex. You're so mean to her sometimes. Jeez, you sound like her. Anyway, gotta go. Talk to you later, okay? Bye, love you. I love you too, bye. I took the phone away and turned back to Sayori. Sorry about that, had no idea she'd call. It's okay. You haven't spoken to her in a while, so it's nice to hear you two talking again. Anyway, what were you saying? You wanted to tell me something? Sayori isn't sitting down by the train anymore. She's standing up and looks ready to go. Oh, don't worry about that. It was nothing important. You sure? It seemed kind of serious. It's okay. I'm kind of hungry anyway. Can we stop by a cafe on the way home? You literally just had a popsicle. Well, you know what they say. And what would that be? The fridge is a clear example that what matters on the inside. What? I stare at her. What does that have to do with anything? It's about food? Well, you know what? Let's just go and get whatever you want. We'll be here for a while if I try to understand what goes inside Sayori's head. So, let's go. One tasty lunchtime meal later, Sayori's appetite is finally sated. Getting to the late afternoon at this point. Hey, Sayori. Not that I didn't enjoy today, but I think I'm gonna have to call it there. There's a mountain of homework I haven't even started that's due on Monday, and I don't think Sakurai is gonna be happy with me if it's late. Her face is still has traces with chocolate all over it. She hastily attempts to wipe it off. Oh, that's okay. I probably should do the same. We've reached my house. Okay, well, I'll see you Monday then. Have a good one. She waves cheerfully. Bye, Alex. Thanks again for today. No worries. Sorry I ruined it with that phone call. You didn't. It's okay. At least we're still on her good side, even if a call were to interrupt us. I wish I could spend the rest of my day with her, but unfortunately my procrastination has caught up with me. What a fun evening this will be. Probably not, though. Wait, don't tell me is it just transitioning days, or we had to write a poem as well? Because writing a poem for home... I mean, that's basically our homework in the club, is writing a poem. Whoa. Act 2. Past, present, and future. Is that supposed to be Sayori? Huh. I didn't even remember that it was Act 1. As the sound of my alarm makes its unwelcome presence in my bedroom, I can't help but wonder, do I ever need an education? I could totally just become a video game like me. I wish I could do that. Reluctantly, I sit up and stretch. I just hope I don't run into any of those pricks who ruined the Fur Festival. Not to mention, I hope they aren't giving any club members any flack. Especially Sayori. The nerve. At least Sayori is cool. Surprisingly, Sayori is already there by the time I arrive. Good morning! Oh, so this changes even if there's text, like actual dialogue. I give her a mockingly suspicious look. You know, for someone who sleeps a lot, you sure are chipper in the mornings. Hey! Am I not allowed to be happy? Of course you are, Sayori. Ready for another super exciting and totally not boring day at school? That's what school is. Ready as I'll ever be. How about you? Yeah, could be worse, I guess. I enjoy history a lot, actually. Actually, Sakurai is a really good teacher. Oh yeah, I remember you saying. We're pretty lucky to have him, aren't we? Definitely. I didn't think anyone could top Makoto last year, but Sakurai has somehow managed to pull it off. I guess it helps that history is a decent subject. I always preferred those kinds of subjects myself too. What do you mean? You know, Japanese history, anything that isn't math or physics. Still not much of a science kind of girl, eh? Nope! Didn't think so. You were always better than me when it came to more creative subjects, though. Looking back to when we helped each other with our homework, I guess we covered each other's weaknesses, huh? We sure did. I remember we used to doodle on each other's work, too. You even handed in that science homework once, and you didn't even realize I'd drawn a bunch of animals all over it. Sayori! Really? Sarah laughs just as school looms in sight. Her giggles coupled with the sudden remembrance of that silly memory just causes a warm feeling to wash over me. I had totally forgotten about that. My science teacher, on the other hand, well, let's just say he didn't expect a bunch of cats, rabbits, and dogs to be all over the worksheet. Well, when we were learning about evolution, so I guess you drawing all over all those animals was fitting, right? Of course! It totally wasn't me just getting my revenge from you pulling that planet's prank. Oh, that was something I'll never forget. You remember the Uranus joke? The fact that Sayori just can't help but giggle when she hears the name is testimony to how she's truly a child at heart. Yes, I grin at her, although she initially tries to pout. She can never hold an angry face, even when she's joking. Back when we were first learning about the solar system, I heard about what was so funny about Uranus from a classmate of mine. Sayori, being blissfully ignorant at the time, asked me what was so funny about the planet's name. I told her to ask her mother how Uranus was looking, and she actually did. Distinctly, I can remember being in utter hysterics when her mother was both parts confused and stern with her daughter for apparently asking such a rude question. Definitely one of my little personal victories. Was not a victory, me smacking my mic. Come on, you have to admit we got each other good. Anyway, I'll catch up at lunchtime. See ya. Bye! Okay, as I make my way over to the classroom, the typical school scene greets me. Students of varying ages making their way whenever they need to be, no doubt bracing themselves for the drag that is Monday morning. I never face that. I always hate Mondays. No, actually, but I won't get into that. The sound of chattering and laughter fills the atmosphere as I spot a few familiar faces. Occasionally, a teacher admonishes a lagging student, no doubt reminding them not to be late for homeroom. Outside my classroom, I peer through the window. There are a few of my classmates that are already. Sakurai looks like he's only just arrived. Ah, Alex, good morning. How was the weekend? Morning, sir. Not bad, not bad. Haven't woken up that early on a Saturday for a while, so I figured I'd make the most of it. Would you believe me if I told you that I spent enjoying the outdoors and getting homework done? There's a mischievous twinkle in Sakurai's eye as he answers. Why, Alex, of course I would. After all, giving you impeccable history with handing in homework on time, I would be hard-pressed not to. On the topic of handing homework on time, one of my classmates noticeably fidgets. I'm willing to bet he hasn't done last week's assignment. Granted, there may have been 1 or 2 times where I was guilty of the very same thing. At least Sakurai is fairly relaxed about missing the odd deadline. Sorry. I check the clock hanging on the wall. It's almost time to start, and a few last-minute stragglers hurriedly make their way in. Most people are here at this point. Sakurai is sitting by his desk, a pen between his fingers, and a thoughtful look on his face. Emmy hurriedly makes her way past the door and into her seat next to me. Kind of ironic how she's on track team, yet she's the last one in, which Sakurai picks up on. Ah, Emmy. He leans back in his chair as Emmy looks up at him with as innocent a face as she can muster. Yes, sir. How is it that a member of school's track team is the slowest one to arrive? Light chuckles fill the room. Sakurai's banter with his students is always amusing to witness. Well, I'm not technically late, am I? She does have a point, sir. See, everyone, even the class rep is on my side. Come on, Shiori, what happened to respecting authority? I'm not the one making the rules, sir. As if on cue, the bell rings a moment after Emmy slips into her seat, cutting it pretty close. Now that everyone is here, let's get started. Now, believe me when I say that the First World War is one of the most interesting things you'll ever study in school. Although your science teacher may beg to differ. So a conflict involving nations from all across the world, continent to continent, with soldiers as well as civilians involved in the fighting, it truly changed the geopolitical climate for many of the combatants involved. As he talks, his trademark enthusiasm shines through. It's almost like he was born to be a teacher. Now, can anyone tell me the year it started? Bonus points so you can explain how it began. And before anyone asks, no, bonus points does not mean exemption from homework for a week. I can't help but smile to myself after hearing the mixture of groans and laughs from the class. Maybe Monday morning won't be so boring after all. Once the lesson passes by fairly quickly, and before I know it, it's lunchtime. Well, this is my reaction to listening to history. Puts me to sleep, I swear. You look a bit livelier. Sakurai has that effect on us. We're also learning about the First World War, which is pretty interesting. You're right, it is. Although it's so sad thinking about all the soldiers who died. In such horrible ways, too. For sure, they were hoping it would be a war to end all wars. Yet 20 years later, they were at it again. Anyway, how was your morning? What subject did you have? Physics. In the morning? Alex, that's so unfair. We should have a subject I enjoy on a Monday morning. Sleeping isn't a subject, though. Hey! I like Japanese too, you know. Japanese history, even if stuff like English. The subject's where I can express myself a bit more. You know, given how you're in a literature club, it all makes sense now. As in, why you prefer subjects like Japanese. More creative subjects when you can write stories, poems, that sort of thing. Yeah! Plus, I don't think I'll ever need to work out the area of a triangle in real life. That is a very good point. Well, I really hope not. I can't remember any time in my life outside of high school where I've had to figure out a triangle. Whereas stuff that we learn about in Japanese helps with writing poems. Although, I don't think the teacher was happy when she found me trying to write a poem in her class. It's not my fault, right? She looked at me with puppy dog eyes in that moment. It hits me just how adorable Sayori can be. With those big blue eyes, it's impossible to say no to her. And, wait a minute, where is this coming from? Yeah, where? Well, it's normal, huh? Yeah, no, definitely not your fault. Anyway, what's that you got? I motioned to the food in front of her. It's fairly obvious that she was eating, but I needed a quick change of topic to cover whatever it was that just came over. Eh? You mean this? It's a cinnamon bun. Weren't really delicious. Sorry, I couldn't get a word out of that, but I'm guessing you're enjoying it. She loudly gulps down the sugary delight. Sorry. Yeah, it's so yummy. Do you want to try some? Can't hurt. As she tears off a piece and reaches it forward, I'm struck by how soft and warm her hands are. It's only for a brief moment of contact, but it's enough to ignite that weird warm feeling within. Snap out of it! Wow. I pop it into my mouth and savor the sweet taste filling my taste buds. Remind me to get some of my own. I'm planning on tactically snacking on these during class this afternoon. That's one way of getting me through a boring day at school. Well, if it works, it works. That's a very good point. Just like that, the alarm rings, signifying the end of my lunch break. Back to it, I guess. Waving goodbye to Sayori, we make our respective ways back to our classrooms. Wait, what? Are we transitioning to the time with the club or end of the day? Oh, it's another day? Another day, another lesson. Thankfully, it's a Friday, meaning the tempting allure of the weekend beckons. Just one more day to sit through. As Sakurai explains the origins of the war, my mind can't help but drift away. Who was it who decided we should have 5 working days, but only 2 days off? Yeah, it is unfair. A 4-day week and a 3-day weekend sounds so much better. That? Yes, I actually agree with that. I know Sayori would definitely agree. Probably not Monica, though, given how hard she works. Speaking of Sayori, I wonder what she's up to. I've noticed that she's been on my mind a little more than usual. Even when I was just at home, just playing video games in an effort to procrastinate on my homework. Knowing her, she's probably doodling instead of paying attention. Then again, I'm daydreaming myself. I get shorter attention spans or something we both suffer from. If it's Friday, that's probably a good idea. Good thought. It's a little on the warm side in here anyway. And Sakurai wouldn't mind too much if I spaced out, right? Blah! Spending more time with Sayori recently has me think. What? Hey, Alex. What? Dad? Don't run too far off ahead. Sorry, Daddy. I just want to play. Oh, this is a memory. Such a ball of energy, aren't you? Don't worry. Your dad and I will keep an eye on you. Oh, and here's some money. Buy something from the ice cream truck. Would you like us to come with you? Nah, it's okay. I'm a big boy now, remember? Of course, darling. How could we ever forget? Dad grins as he reaches out to effectively ruffle my hair. Of course you are, son. Now, go out there and have some fun. I barely hear him as I take off, bound toward the ice cream truck. As I'm lining up, my mind runs crazy at the thought of all the different flavors of choice. Chocolate, vanilla, strawberry, mint. It's great! A line shuffles forward and I dig in my pocket to bring out the money. They're giving me more than I need for the ice cream. Awesome! That means I can get more than one. I quickly look around me, trying to spot my parents. They're sitting on a bench chatting away. They won't notice. Oh, yeah, this is the best day. Oh, what? Yeah, let me save, actually. Oh, wait, no. Save there. Sorry. Best day ever! Huh? Who's this? Standing up. Whoa! Okay, wait, hold on. Trying to capture the right thumbnail moment. Standing to the left of me is a young girl. She's looking sadly at the ice cream truck in front of me. Why is she looking sad, though? All the other kids are happy. She should be happy. There's ice cream here. Hey! The girl jumps a little. Sorry. I didn't mean to scare you. She turns and looks at me, giving me a wide smile. Huh? Wasn't she sad just a minute ago? It's okay. I'm Sayori. Hi, Sayori. I'm Alex. I saw you looking sad. Do you want some ice cream? That makes me happy when I'm feeling sad. Ice cream? For me? You'd buy that for me? Sure. My mommy gave me too much money. I would have got 2 ice creams for myself, but you look sad, and I don't like seeing my friends sad. Sayori looks at her. She looked kind of shy. Are you sure? Yeah. Now, come on. Which one do you want? Ooh, thank you. That one with the long name. The cinnamon. Yeah. Okay. I handed over to her, taking mine from the ice cream man. Thanks again. That's okay. Do you want to be friends? Her eyes light up as she shows me a bright smile. Okay. Do you want to go by the swings? I'll race you there. Hey, no fair. Hey, you didn't say when to start. What is this? Thanks for being my friend, Alex. I'm new here and I don't have any other friends. No problem. You're really cool and it's nice to make a new friend. Ah, there you are. Hi, Mommy. I see you made a new friend. Who might this be, Sayori? That's Alex. He got me a cinnamon popsicle. Ah, did he now? She was looking very sad. I thought I would cheer her up. That's very nice of you, Alex. Say's mom? Sayori, do you mind explaining to Alex why you didn't have money for the popsicle in the first place? Whoa! Do I have to? Come on. Okay. I was being a bit naughty earlier. Mommy told me not to eat all the candy before dinner yesterday, but I couldn't help it. So she said I wasn't allowed to get a popsicle today. Indeed, so she was being punished for it. Oh no, is she angry at me? I'm sorry. I didn't know that she was in trouble. Although I'm glad you made a new friend, Sayori. Huh? Oh, she laughed softly. Man, Sayori really looks like her. So don't you worry, Alex. You were very kind. And it's already looks like you two are great friends already. It's okay. Woo! Okay. Alex! Oh god! What? With a sudden jolt of reality, I realize I'm back in the present. Given that way Sakurai's looking at me, he clearly noticed I'm dozing off. Oops. I'm going to assume you fell asleep because you stayed up late doing some reading about the war. Yes, sir, of course. Excellent! Then you'll be able to answer the next question without any difficulty. I gulp. Yeah, he got me in a trap there. Let's hope it's not too unreasonable. Hit it! Can you explain to me how Great Britain got involved in the war? Okay, this one I actually know. I vaguely remember Sakurai talking about this one yesterday. Luckily, I'm able to answer his question satisfactorily. After what feels like an eternity, a wry smile appears on my face. That late night study session really pays off, it seems. He shoots me an unknowing smile. I weakly grin back. That was close. Luckily, by the time I woke up, most of the classes already passed. Just how long was I out for? Anyways, the bell was about to ring. I figured I should finish my lesson before it rings for once. Even though I'm confident that you would rather learn about the intricacies of the war than go to lunch. As if by a stroke of fate, Sakurai's stomach rumbles. He warily rubs his face and laughs dejectedly. Well, if that is an example of Deus Machina, then I don't know what is. A smattering of loud laughter fills the room. Class dismissed, everyone. Perfect timing! Everyone begins packing away their things and heading for the door, no doubt eager to refuel after their morning session. Alex, word, if you will. Oh, damn. What? Why did I go get this feeling to do when falling asleep? At the last student files out. I greenly approached Sakurai's desk. I hint to my gate. Don't worry, there's no need to look so worried. You're not in trouble or anything like that. You had me scared, sir. I think every student dreads hearing those words. Can we have a word? Or can you see me after class? If that's any consolation, Alex, you still fear those words even after graduation. Oh? Mischief at university, sir. Now, that would be telling. Anyway, I'm getting a little sidetracked. I just want to know how you were getting on in class. With that course, of course. Oh, my bad. Oh, well, it's going pretty well, I'd say. History is one of my favorite subjects, as World War I is an interesting topic. Plus, your teaching style sits really well with me. And sorry for falling asleep in class. I know it's a little disrespectful. I just had a late night. There's a knowing look in Sakurai's eyes as he dismissively waves over my apology. Not to worry, Alex. I know high school can be a trying period, especially when you have a lot going on. Besides, you answered my question correctly, so it's fair to assume you at least have some idea of what I'm talking about. Can't help but grin at him with the friendly, understanding aura he emanates. Sometimes he's a teacher. Although you could try to refrain from falling asleep again, that would be much appreciated. Although his tone remains light remains light and friendly. There's an edge of sternness to his voice. I guess it must be pretty disheartening as a teacher if one of your students falls asleep in your class. Oh, yeah, of course. Wouldn't happen again, sir. Good, good. Well, I just want to check up on you. You're doing well, so I'm satisfied. Do let me know if things change. I'd be happy to assist where I can. I shouldn't be denying you your well-earned lunch break. Ha, thanks. Have a good one too, sir. With a nod, he dismisses me and returns to his desk. As I make to the courtyard, I notice Yuri sitting by herself, lost in a book. As I approach her, I pause. Should I ask her to join me? She does look a little lonely, and we're friends. We're all friends, right? Hold on one sec. Oh, why can't I save right now? You know what? Why not? Let's invite Yuri. As much as I think Yuri is someone who is comfortably being by herself, I think it'd be nice to have her new company during lunch. Let me save that. Besides, she gets along with Sayori and I. She looks really lost in thought, never without her books, is she? Hey, Yuri! She jumps slightly, eyes widening as to sudden disturbance. Oops, I forgot she startles easily. Oh, good afternoon, Alex. Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. It's okay. I just was very much immersed in this book. I was going to invite you to sit with Sayori and I, but if you'd rather be alone. A pensive look crosses her face. I get the feeling she isn't used to social inventions. Me? The one and only. Are you sure? I wouldn't want to disturb your conversation. Don't sweat it, it's fine. Well, if you're sure. I laugh as she packs up her things and follows me over. Leading the way, I spot Sayori in the courtyard and take a seat opposite her on one of the benches. Yuri follows suit. Hiya, Yuri! How's your week been? It's been enjoyable so far. Learning a lot of interesting things. It's definitely stimulating. Although I am glad, though, it's the weekend coming up. Yeah, Sayori and I are with you on that. Hold on. How about you two? How's your week gone? It's been okay. Some lessons are kind of boring though. Still trying to wrap my head around some of the stuff we're doing in math. Japanese is going well though. We've been looking at literary techniques and how they can apply to poetry, so I think I might be able to try new stuff with my poem. Oh? Well, I look forward to seeing that, Sayori. Yeah, same. Monica will probably appreciate it too. Speaking of which, we're having a meeting with the club after school today. Yep, we'll be focusing on what we do for I did this way too late. It'll be a lot of fun. That's right. That's right up your alley. Hey, Yuri. How so? Well, Halloween is all about horror, right? And your poems focus on darker themes. Ah, yes, indeed. She smiles dreamily. I guess a day dedicated to horror is like a dream come true to her. There's definitely a lot of room for creativity when it comes to that genre. Horror is ever so expansive. I don't like that stuff too much. Sometimes it can get really scary. So not a big fan of fear, huh, Sayori? Sorry, didn't mean to sound too ominous or weird, did it? Ooh, not at all. I've always admired how you stick to your interests. It's really cool to see. Don't worry about it. Ah, well, that's reassuring to hear, I suppose. Makes for some nice variety in the club, Yuri. The bell rings, cutting short our conversation. Well, time to get these last few hours over with. See you both in the club. See you guys. She cheerfully waves. Until then what? Back in the club room. Sorry. As I open the door, the familiar sight of the girls greets me, although Monica is missing. It's a little unlike her to be late, isn't it? Then again, she was tardy the one time during my first week at the club. Hey everyone! Hey! Hi! The girls have pushed a few desks together and are sitting in a row with Sayori on the left, Yuri in the middle, and Natsuki on the right. I wearily flop next to Sayori. Hello, Alex! How were your last few classes? About as fun as the last few classes on a Friday could ever be. While school can be a wonderful place to learn new things, I'd admit that a weekend break is always appreciated. It's nice to have a break. For sure. By the way, does anyone know where Monica is? We were just talking about that. She was the one who set this meeting up, yet she's late for it. She rolls her eyes. I bet she's playing the piano or coming back from tennis or whatever her latest hobby is. As she says this, the door opens as Monica comes bursting in, an apologetic look on her face. Sorry. I'll keep this one brief, don't worry. Sitting at a desk in front of us, she pulls out her laptop and fires it up. There's silence as the machine whirs to life along with a slight anticipation. Unfortunately, there's still a trace of tension in the air, undoubtedly stemming from everyone's memory of the festival. It's not particularly prominent. The club still has a laid-back, cozy aura, but there's just not enough to serve as an uncomfortable reminder. I guess I was naive to think something so serious would get brushed over so soon, especially the argument between Natsuki and Monica. Nonetheless, Monica, with all her charms as the confident leader, is quick to move things along. Okay, everyone, so, as you guys know, Halloween is coming up. So wait, is this like a couple weeks after the festival happened or something? Sayori and I were talking. How does a Halloween party sound? A Halloween party? Didn't think you were much of a party girl, Monica. No, not that kind of party. I mean, if we held a little event here in the school. Yeah, we could share scary stories, dress up, that sort of thing. Yeah, that sort of thing. Sayori gives me the idea. We could all write horror-themed poems in the spirit of Halloween. As expected, Yuri lights up. Natsuki, on the other hand, doesn't look quite as convinced. Scary poems? Meh, it's not really my kind of thing. Well, see it as an opportunity to try something new and grow as a poet. If you would definitely be interesting to see what you all could come up with. See? That's the attitude to have, guys. Plus, it's been a while since I've done anything for Halloween. I was initially against it at first, but Sierra can be pretty persuasive. I think I should be able to find some time for it. So, what do you guys think? A Halloween event, huh? Much like Monica, it's also been a long time since I've done anything for this festivity. Most of my Halloween memories come from the pranks Sayori and I would pull on each other back when we were children. Although a distant memory, I'd be lying if I said they weren't fun. Yeah, sounds cool to me. I approve. I'm in! Although, we've got to tell ghost stories too. You know, go all out. I think that's a wonderful idea. Of course you would think, Yuri. Yeah, okay. I'd get to scare the crap out of you with my scary stories. I'm down. Yay, it'll be fun, guys. I just have one question, though. You said we'd hold the event here in the school. Assuming that we do it while it's dark, wouldn't the school be closed? Yeah, that's a good point, actually. Unless we did it at one of our houses. I don't know if we'd have the room, though. Unless you planned on, like, breaking into school after hours. Well, the moment of silence, all along with Sayori's tone of voice, is incredibly telling. No way! You honestly let Sayori talk you into that, Monica? Eventually I told Sayori it was fine, but I'm still on the fence about it. Now I think about it, could we host the party at one of your places? Natsuki! Natsuki? No! It's a pretty cool idea. It's a pretty cool idea to break into school. Gotta have the rebellious teenage spirit, right? But what if we get caught? Ooh, we'd get in so much trouble. Sorry, Yuri, but I'm with Natsuki here. Wouldn't the thrill potentially get it being caught add to the atmosphere? Besides, it'll probably be pretty creepy in here at night, even when everyone's gone home. Perfect place for this sort of event. See? I told you, Monica. Well, I was just surprised at how willing you were to break some major rules, Sayori. I always thought of you as a student who wouldn't go looking for trouble. Well, once or twice won't hurt anyone. Ha! Don't let that innocent exterior fool you, Monica. Sayori can never be ever so sly when she wants to be. She's got a hidden dark side, you know. Hey! Don't overdo it. Break it up, you two. Well, now that that's been settled, we can sort out some decorations for the room. Alex, please, can we carve some pumpkins? I sigh. As long as you don't accidentally drop one on my foot again. I'll try. No promises, though. Well, that's you two sorted. How about you, Natsuki? I can bake some cupcakes or some cookies. Put some Halloween stuff on them, like spiders or whatever. They'd look awesome! And you can bet they taste good as good as they look. Yes! You're the best, Natsuki. Jeez, all it takes is the mention of cupcakes, doesn't it? Yours are so good, though. Well, I am the best. How about you, Yuri? Based on what you contributed for the festival, am I right in assuming some sort of contributes toward the ambience in our atmosphere? Yuri closed her eyes, clearly in thought. I come to appreciate how Yuri is someone who really thinks before she speaks. Yes, I think something like that would be ideal. Oh, wait, did I miss something? That would be ideal. Okay, no, I didn't. I'll let you know the finer details once I've settled on something, if that's all right. Of course. Well then, on that note, I think that's everything. She finishes typing and puts the lid down. Or wait. We should all dress up too, as in Halloween costumes. Yep. Bit old for that, aren't we? Come on. We used to have lots of fun doing that when we were kids. So let's do it again. Wait, hold on. That's probably not a good thumbnail moment, but whenever it's like the group of the girls, I always try and capture that as well. We used to have a lot of fun doing it when we were kids, so let's do it again. She does have a point there. I guess we could be quite amusing to see what she comes up with as well. Would we be able to come in as anything? As long as it has to do with the Halloween, sure. Well, I I don't really know if I'll have the time. Upon seeing Sayori's face drop, she hastens to speak once more, but I'll do my best. Yeah, I'm in too. Looks like I'll have to get creative as well. Although at the moment, the only thing I want to do now is go home and relax. Standing up, I stretch and yawn looking at the clock. Anyway, I'll call the club meeting after. I'll call the club meeting here. No poems today, sorry. But I'm sure your Halloween poems will make up for that. There's a general murmur and agreement as the girls stand up, pack away. Oh, I missed it! Dang it. We go, Sayori. Okie dokie. I thought you're Japanese, not Italian. Any plans for the weekend? Well, we gotta get ready for Halloween stuff, sort of, remember? So let's head to town and grab the pumpkins things ready. Seeing as you're lazy, I'll let you sleep in and pick up from your house. And pick you up from your house instead of meeting at mine. Hey! It's not like I can help you, you know. Anyway, let's meet at noon, okay? Sounds good, see you then. As she turns around and heads inside, I can almost feel my own home beckoning. It's that wonderful weekend feeling. And another transition scene here. How many of these are we gonna have? Like, this is the most in this episode. Okay. Okay. Back again. Let me go ahead and save here. This was perhaps the most satisfying night's sleep I've ever had in a while. What time is it? Wow, it's half 10. For me, that's super early. This is the second Saturday in a row that I've woken up before noon. Am I slowly shedding my vampiric traits? As I draw my curtains and feel sunshine flowing through the glass, I can't help but feel really content. In fact, ever since joining the literature club, even in spite of the festival, my mood's generally been so much better than usual. Perhaps it's due to what I've told the girls before we started our recitals. It's just nice to have people my own age to hang out with. But what if it's something more than that? Sayori? Even thinking about her brings that warm feeling back, although I'm not as strongly. Could it be? Am I really starting to like her in that way? As if to interrupt my brain, my stomach grumbles. Guess I'll give this a muse over breakfast. What do I feel like having today? Cereal, toast, fried egg, sausage, bacon, so many choices. I'm surprised you still have that in your house. I think egg, sausage, and bacon will do it for now. Alright, cook all that up. Much better. I can see why Sayori mentioned breakfast in her first poem. There I go again, always thinking about her. Is that a bad thing though? If I were to be honest, as much as I enjoy all the girls' company, I'd be lying if I say I would be as excited if I were to spend all day with any other girl. Maybe it's because of the history we share, or because Natsuki is a little too cold for my taste and Yuri is a little too quiet. I don't know. Since day one, I've always been comfortable talking with Sayori, and that's never changed. I swear I read somewhere that if you go years talking to a friend, then when you do finally reconnect, if you're able to get along with nothing ever happened, then it's a sign of a true friendship. Oh my god! Or am I just looking into this too much? Feelings? And there was me thinking that the stuff we do in math is hard to get your head around. One thing that never changes is Sayori's inevitability to get up on time. 5 minutes pass and I grow impatient. Fishing at my phone, I shoot her a text. It's noon, you lazy girl. We've got pumpkins to carve, remember? Jeez. Minutes tick by without a response. Sayori! Uh-oh. At this rate, I'd probably go have more of a two-way conversation with the mind. Man, how creepy I must look, just aimlessly standing outside her house. With a sigh, I open the gate and head into her house. We've really gone back to work on her sleeping patterns. I always knew she could be a little lazy, but this is getting annoying. Sayori? It's me! Sorry, I didn't want to wait outside. Are you, dressed? If I strain my ears, I can finally pick up the sound of her voice. She's not replying to me, though. It sounds like she's not talking to herself. Uh-oh, I can't quite pick up her distance. Probably sleep-talking, knowing her, she'll sleep-talking about food. I'm nearly at the end of my patience. Okay, that was the last chance. If you're getting changed or anything, you can't be mad at me. Man, her room is a mess. And Sayori herself is tucked away in a mess of pillows, blankets, and the duvet formed over her head. There's a swath of hair that's fallen into her mouth, and she's drooling slightly. She's curled up into a ball with her arms hugging herself. It's a strangely adorable sight, and I feel bad having awakened her. As I draw closer, I can finally make out what she's saying. And to my dismay, it's nothing wholesome at all. It sounds more like she's softly whispering to herself, and I can also spot glistening, wet trails down her cheek. Seeing Sayori cry is a sight I wish I had never to see. Can't help it. What's she talking about? Sorry, I'm so used. Oh no, don't say that! Don't say that! But really trying. Please don't say that. For everyone. Oh no. Slips over relentlessly, a sob accompanying in the movement. But it's so hard. So tiring. Don't want to do anymore. No. 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 Please. Someone. Anyone. I know. Selfish. Sayori! Her head turned slightly almost as if she heard me. Her eyes remained shut, so it's impossible to tell she's awake. Sayori, it's me. Alex? It's okay. I'm here. No, I don't want to go. Didn't work last time. They said it would work. Fresh sobs fill the room as she cries harder. Her voice breaks completely as tears drip down her face. At this point, I've had enough. A strong protective instinct within me demands that I reach out and gently grasp her as one of her hands with mine. With her hand in mine, I genuinely shake her awake. Sayori! Sayori, wake up! Alex? And with that final mystery of evidence, her eyes flutter open with panic momentarily flashing through them. When she sees me, she visibly relaxes and sits up. Oh, hi, Alex. She hastily turns away and tries to discreetly wipe her face. I'm still trying to process what I've just witnessed. Sayori, are you okay? I think you were having a nightmare. Oh, was I? I don't remember anything like that. I was literally right here listening to your cry. Of course you had a nightmare. You said some really concerning stuff. She anxiously bites her lip as she replies. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you worry. You seriously need to stop thinking about that you're a burden. Oh, no. No, I don't want it to be Otto. I didn't mean working. It's my job to be concerned about you. We're best friends. You're really silly sometimes. You know that. What's going on, Sayori? Please just talk to me. She looks ashamed as she's getting herself out of bed. Oh God, I just realized. I totally forgot we had plans for today, and I overslept. Alex, I'm so sorry. I'm such an idiot. She flails around, and on instinct, I reach out and pull her into a hug. Clearly, this takes her by surprise that she doesn't want to make an effort to return it, at least initially, but after a while, she eventually starts to weakly hug back. As we break apart, Sayori smiles, clearly trying to put her nightmare behind her. Thank you, Alex. You always know how to make me feel better. Anyway, we have a lot to do today, right? Let's get started then. Is she really going to try and ignore the elephant in the room? Sayori, don't you want to talk? No! Sorry, I just really don't want to talk about it, if that's okay. Another glimpse of this concerning side she shows works so hard to pass up. And yet, there they are again. Those walls I can never get through. But, Alex, please. It's nothing. Everyone has nightmares. She seizes on my moment of silence. Anyway, can you just give me a moment to get dressed? Then we can start getting spooky. With a sigh of resignation, I leave the room, I suppose. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and stop this here, actually, because that was a lot, and I was definitely very concerned of what the hell, like, just happened, because I would assume that was starting to pick up of where, like, the original, like, without the mod, like, just Doki Doki Literature Club. I'm just gonna call it the original, because I'm more intending just without the mod when that thing happened with Sayori, which was just horrifying to see, but that's gonna go ahead and do it. If you guys would like this episode and you want to see more of this game on this channel, make sure you stab that like button and make sure you leave a comment down below about what you guys want to see next on this channel, or use the hashtag MSVPlaylist on Twitter as well. I always take you guys' suggestions. While you're at it, make sure you hit that subscribe button and that little notification bell. That way you know when I post a new video on this channel. Make sure you check out all my social media in the description below, as well as the game and mod link down there as well. But that's gonna go ahead and do it. My name is Luke, and say it with me. Stay strong and feel the power. See ya! Thanks for watching, guys. If you liked what you saw in this video, make sure you hit that like button and that subscribe button so you stay tuned for future videos. If you want to check out my previous video, click the box to the left. If you want to check out my last video, click the box to the right. Thanks everybody for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya!